The penthouse gleamed under Manhattan's skyline, a glass kingdom where Ethan Caldwell reigned alone. At 42, he was the youngest self-made billionaire in tech, his AI-driven healthcare empire saving millions of lives. His name was synonymous with genius, generosity, and a quiet sorrow he never voiced. Sterile since a childhood illness, Ethan had accepted he'd never have a family. Instead, he poured his fortune into orphanages, hospitals, and scholarships, believing legacy was built through impact, not blood. His life was ordered, predictable, until a single email shattered everything. It arrived on a crisp October morning, flagged urgent by his assistant. The subject: "You are their father." Ethan scoffed, assuming it was a scam. He'd seen it all: gold diggers, con artists, opportunists chasing his wealth. But the sender, a drive, Lena Harper from a small clinic in upstate New York, wasn't asking for money. Her message was clinical, almost cold. 3 children, aged 10 to 14, shared DNA markers so close to his, they could only be his. "Impossible," he muttered, deleting the email. Yet doubt gnawed at him. By noon, he was on the phone with his lawyer, demanding answers. Dr. Harper agreed to meet, but only on her terms, at her clinic, with the children present. Ethan's private jet landed him in a sleepy town where the clinic stood, a modest brick building dwarfed by his world of skyscrapers. Inside, Drive, Harper, a no-nonsense woman in her 50s, greeted him with a guarded stare. "This isn't about money," she said. "It's about them." She gestured to a window overlooking a small courtyard where 3 kids played, a girl sketching in a notebook, a boy kicking a soccer ball, and another girl reading under a tree. Ethan's breath caught. They didn't just look like him, they moved like him. The boy's sharp jaw, the girl's piercing green eyes, his eyes, stirred something primal. "How?" Ethan demanded. "Dr. Harper explained. 15 years ago, a fertility clinic in Boston had mishandled samples. Ethan, a college student at the time, had donated sperm before his illness rendered him sterile, a decision he'd long forgotten. The clinic's error led to 3 women unknowingly using his samples. The mothers, all single, had raised the kids in tough circumstances. When one child needed medical testing, Harper's team uncovered the genetic link to Ethan. "They're yours," she said. "And they need you." Ethan's world tilted. He wasn't built for this. His life was algorithms, boardrooms, calculated risks, not parenting. Yet he couldn't walk away. He asked to meet them. Dr. Harper introduced Mia, 14, fiercely independent with a sketchbook full of cityscapes, Liam, 12, a soccer prodigy with a quick laugh, and Sophie, 10, shy but whip-smart, her nose always in a book. They didn't know Ethan was their father, only that he was a potential donor match for Liam's rare blood condition. Ethan watched them, stunned by their resilience. Mia spoke of her mom's late-night shifts at a diner. Liam shrugged off his illness, saying, "I just want to play again." Sophie whispered she wanted to be an astronaut. Their dreams, their grit, felt like echoes of his own. He didn't tell them the truth, not yet. Instead, he offered to fund Liam's treatment, no strings attached. Mia eyed him suspiciously. "Why help us?" she asked. Ethan fumbled, saying he believed in second chances. It wasn't a lie, but it wasn't the whole truth. Over weeks, he visited the clinic, bringing books for Sophie, art supplies for Mia, and a signed soccer ball for Liam. He listened to their stories, their fears, their small victories. Each visit chipped away at his guarded heart. He saw himself in Mia's stubborn pride, Liam's quiet courage, Sophie's boundless curiosity. But he also saw their mothers. Sacrifices, women who'd fought to give their kids a future despite poverty, illness, and broken systems. The turning point came when Liam's condition worsened. Ethan flew in specialists, sparing no expense. One night, in the hospital's dim waiting room, Mia confronted him. "You're not just some rich guy, are you?" Her voice trembled. Ethan hesitated, then told them everything. The truth landed like a thunderclap. Mia stormed out, Liam stared in shock, and Sophie cried softly. Ethan felt like he'd broken something fragile. Dr. Harper warned him, "They need time. And you need to decide what kind of father you'll be." Days later, Ethan found Mia sketching in the courtyard. "I'm mad," she admitted. "But not at you, at the world. Mom worked herself sick for us, and you've got everything." Ethan nodded, no defense to offer. "I can't fix the past," he said. "But I can be here now." Mia didn't reply, but she slid her sketchbook toward him, a drawing of the 4 of them, together. It was her olive branch. Ethan met the mothers next. Each was wary but grateful for his help. They didn't want his money, only stability for their kids. He respected that. Over months, he built trust, not with checks but with time. He coached Liam's soccer team, helped Sophie with science projects, and critiqued Mia's art. He learned their quirks, Liam's terrible puns, Sophie's habit of hiding snacks, Mia's secret love for cheesy pop songs. He wasn't perfect, he missed cues, stumbled over boundaries. But he showed up. The emotional peak came at Liam's recovery party. The courtyard was strung with lights, kids laughing, music playing. Ethan watched his children, Mia teasing Liam, Sophie reading to younger kids, and felt a warmth he'd never known. One of the mothers, Carla, Liam's mom, pulled him aside. "You didn't have to do this," she said. "But you did. That's what makes you their dad." Ethan's throat tightened. He'd spent his life building systems to save strangers, but here, with these 3 kids, he'd found something deeper: purpose.